Hey, welcome back. From last video, I have showed you how to open your camera on your laptop or on your computer and then start taking pictures and editing that pictures and saving that picture with MATLAB. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can incorporate the program that you have built from last video into LabView and then run it in LabView. So this is the program that you have that we actually built in the last video. And one thing that I want to do is that I want to edit this program in a way that there is no for loop in this program. It's only just taking the picture, saving it, and editing it just once. Because like I think this is better. Like you can do it more in LabView. You can have the for loop in the LabView. You don't have to have it in MATLAB. So let's go ahead and delete the unwanted ones and then resave the program. So you don't need this one, the percentage of black pixel. And for n, you have defined a vector with zeros. But now because there's only like one time that you're going to run it, you can just define just a 0 for it. And we don't need the for loop here. So anywhere that you have defined a k, we should delete that. And we should delete this part too, because there's no new name that is going to save. So let's go ahead and delete the parts that are associated with the for loop and just keep just a normal program without any for loop, just one time. So this is only gonna run for one time, and then anywhere that I see a K, I will delete that section. And then I have to delete the end here because I have to delete the for loop. It is not needed. So now let's go ahead and save this program. Now we have saved it, and now we want to run it. And as I said, it should run for one time only. So let's see if it works fine. Uh-oh, I forgot to change the folder. Yep, so there were no errors and it saved the program. As you can see, this is not a perfect threshold because, as I said, I'm moving the keychain in front, in the back, and it's not stationed. For if you have a station system that is not changing, you will see a perfect one. But today it's just moving. Like I don't have it stationary, so that's why you see. But as I showed you for my reactor, the case that the reactor was staying there, I never had this issue. This is because I'm moving the keychain in front of the camera and out from the camera, and the lighting is different. So this one works. So now I have this saved. Let's open LabView. Let's open a blank VI. This is a new VI, and then we can have it like this. Okay, so in the block diagram, we can go ahead and add a for loop. Make a big for loop. And then we can give whatever number that you want to the counter. So I go with 5, like we have before. And then we are having this for loop. So just go step by step, as I said. Right click in the block diagram and go to the mathematics, and then there is a function called script and formula. Go there and then choose the script nodes, and here you can see a MATLAB script. Get it and then drag and open one in here. So this is a MATLAB script, meaning that whatever code that you have generated here, you can Control A, Control C, copy and paste it here. So what I did, I just copy and paste the MATLAB code that I have, and this was actually big, so I can just make it smaller. Now that you have copy and paste your program and you knew that your program worked because you just tested, close MATLAB. You cannot have MATLAB and LabVIEW open at the same time. Make sure that you have closed MATLAB. Let's go ahead and save this LabVIEW program. This is okay. You can see it opened another like MATLAB in here, but this is basically a blank window, like there is nothing inside. And the reason is that when you add a MATLAB script in LabVIEw, it will open a MATLAB command window for you. So I'm just waiting for this to go away. This is so slow. Yeah, let's go ahead and save this program. So now this is fine. So you have closed the MATLAB program, the actual MATLAB program that you were programming in it. You have to close it. Once you close it, you can save your LabVIEW program. And now that we have saved our LabVIEW program, I'm going to close my LabVIEW program. And I'm going to close this. I mean, the MATLAB command window is also closed. And now I can open the LabVIEW program one more time, and I want to show you that once you open this program, this specific program that has a math script in it, it will open LabVIEW and MATLAB as a command window on the background of it. So see, I said let's open the MATLAB program, the LabVIEW program that we just built, and once it's opening, it also opened this like MATLAB command window on the background. It's not the real MATLAB that once you open the MATLAB software you'll see it, but it's basically a command window. This means that if you open the LabVIEW program and this is opening with it, that means that we are having a math script, means this one. We are having this MATLAB script in it. So that shows that MATLAB will run on the background. So you don't have to have the actual MATLAB software open. You just have to open the LabVIEW program. But because you are having a MATLAB script in your LabVIEW program, this MATLAB command window will also open with it. So now we have this. So what we want to have is that this MATLAB program is going to save the images in the path that you have defined. So I just need to actually change the path because I'm just saving things in another folder. Just make sure that whatever you are so wherever you save wherever you are saving your images should be the same as where you you have your create mask function, which is this function here. Sometimes you cannot type in the MATLAB script. You can see this is not active. Just come over here and click on save, and this should be active. I don't know why it happens, but this is a trick I found. So put the new folder, whatever folder path that you want. If you see that the MATLAB script is not active, just save your program one more time, and then not save it as, but just save it, and it will be active. So here in the when we were running it in the actual MATLAB software, we have the program, meaning this program, this text, saved in a folder where the create mask was also saved in. This function was also saved in for the finding the colors and thresholding the colors. But when you're running it in LabVIEW, you have to type another like a line in here to define which path should this MATLAB script go to. So meaning that it should go to the path where the create mask is saved. Otherwise there will be an error. So that's why here you need to type another line and say path is the path of the folder. So this way you are defining that go to this path, meaning in this folder. I have an extra C in here, meaning go to this folder, where in this folder I have saved my function, my create mask function in. So this means that go to this path and find this function in there. If you don't type this line, you will see an error because LabView cannot figure out where to go to find this create mask function. You have to define it to go to this path to find this create mask function. On the other hand, when you were running it with MATLAB, you didn't have to do that because you were running MATLAB in the same folder where the create mask was saved. But in LabView, it's not like MATLAB. You can have your program saved in the same folder, but you have to define where the function is in here. So that's why you need to have this path. So make sure that you have that. So now this program should run okay and fun. But what we want to get is the percentage of pixel points, basically the percentage of black pixel points. And that's what we are interested in. So how can we get that out as an indicator in the front panel? One thing you can do is that you can click on the MATLAB script and then go right click and say add an output, because this is an output of the MATLAB program. And then you have to come over here and then exactly like you can see this is not active again. Click on save and now this is active, and then exact copy and paste whatever name you have defined for it and then paste it here. So it should be the exact name. And then you can say, okay, now I want to create an indicator for it. And then you can give a name like percentage of black pixels. And now you have that as the indicator out from your program. So let's save and now let's run this. So this is gonna run for 5 times and this will update 5 times. But eventually we want to put it in an array. So just notice that MATLAB is open on the background. So actually you can see this is running. You can see me now right now because I thought that this wasn't running, but it was actually running. It was just slow. This is crazy. Okay, it was just slow. I don't know why. So let's do it one more time. It'll be faster now. Yeah, it's running faster. So this is gonna run 5 times, and it's gonna update the percentage of black pixels every time it takes a new image. You can see that this percentage of black pixel is updating every time it takes a new image and analyze that image. So this is done. Just don't mind this not perfect image right now. So this is like how it worked. So let's go ahead and add this into an array, and I'm sure you already know how to do that, but let's do it one more time. Okay, so now let's add the build array function so we can have this in an array of data. And I'm just going to do it fast because you have listened to me doing it and then you have done it in your homework. So I consider you all as an expert on building an array. So I just don't talk and I'll just do it. So now let's run it one more time. Oh, so before doing that, I need to create an indicator so we can see the results, right? It's not just creating an array that nobody can see. Okay, let's run it one more time. You can see that this is filling it, and you can see just random numbers from 51 to 52%, and that's because the image processing of it is different. So let's save the program. You can, I showed you how to run this in a for loop. You can replace this actually with a while loop. And then in a while loop, you don't need to define a 5 here, but you can actually define a timestamp, right? You can have a time counter. So you can come to timing and say elapsed time, and then define a time for it, and then you can run this program for a certain amount of time, like by defining creating a control for here, and then creating an indicator here, and then bringing this condition up, so where you can define when to stop the while loop, like whenever the time has elapsed. And you can say, okay, now let's run this program for like 10 seconds and see how many pictures we can take during these 10 seconds, and can have your data. Apparently it takes about 4.5 seconds to take one picture and analyze that picture and have the results. So it shows that 3 pictures will be done. And the reason that you see 13 here is that it's kind of like past the 10, but it needs another extra 3 seconds to finish the MATLAB script here. So yeah, this is what I want to actually show you on image processing and how to have MATLAB script in LabVIEW, because there might be some time that you cannot program the thing so slow, just only with LabVIEW, slowly with LabVIEW, but you need another like program language like MATLAB in here, and this way you can have MATLAB in LabVIEW. Honestly, if you do that, you're gonna need more RAM and more CPU to run your program. So as much as you can avoid it, not to have MATLAB script in LabVIEW, please do it. But if it's totally not avoidable, like if you have to pay extra $1,000 to not use MATLAB script, this is the way that you can do. From my experience, because my setup takes images every 20 seconds and analyze that image and save the data and everything and send signals with pump. And this program that I have runs 24/7. So basically every 24 hours I finish the program finish and I run another one. What I've noticed that over time I have built up on the RAM of my computer because of the MATLAB script. So what I do is that every once in a while I close LabVIEW and with it MATLAB, and then I will get the RAM back, whatever RAM that was built in it. So if you need to use that, just make sure that you're not building up on your RAM. And if you can clean your RAM somehow in LabVIEW, I don't know how to do it. I never looked at it, but if you want to, you can look at it and see how you can clean the RAM of your computer and bring the CPU down. You can do that. But what I figured is that every week I'll just close the LabVIEW and then restart my computer and make sure that everything is clean. and it works fine. And I was able to save several $1,000s without purchasing the app, basically for LabVIEW to do image processing for me. But what I showed you was a simple image processing that I used for my setup. There might be some other application, as I told you, just to read some numbers. Just you can figure out the application that you might have in your project, in your specific project that you have, and based on that specific project, you can edit this part of your program and make it useful for yourself. I hope you guys all enjoyed this class. This is the last video that you are watching. I know 6 weeks, I know 2.5 hours every week about of a video was too much. But I thought it's 2 credit hours, and that's what it is. And summertime, everything is like more and more dynamic. So I hope you didn't have to spend too much time every week, and I hope that you have learned quite enough with LabVIEW, and not just quite enough. I just hope that you have learned a lot. I guess some of you might have known LabVIEW to some extent. That's what I see in your homework. So for you guys, for those of you who knew LabVIEW to some extent, I hope that it was not boring, but we have some students, like most of the students, they have no background in LabVIEW. So that's why I had to go really basic, starting from the very basic. So for those of you who knew LabVIEW to some extent, I hope you have enjoyed the class. And for those of you who didn't know LabVIEW at all when you start the class, I hope that you have learned and you feel like you know LabVIEW now. And I hope you all can enjoy using LabVIEW for your project, because I guess everyone that registered for this class knew that they're going to use LabVIEW in the future. So I hope that you guys will enjoy using LabVIEW. And you have my email, and if you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer you. And please fill the course evaluation. I would really appreciate if you all do that. And that's it. That's the end of the video. And today is actually July 15th, when I finished the last video. And you're actually in your week 4, I guess. The week 4 just started. So thank you all for being so great and submitting your homework and your quizzes and everything on time. And thank you for doing them like perfect. Like most of the weeks, I saw that you were all doing it like 100% correct. And that makes me really happy. So maybe I'll see you somewhere in the campus, and have a wonderful rest of the summer. And I hope you will enjoy your fall semester. Goodbye, everyone.